Hello then, welcome back to France and better than Napoleon. Last time we had a war against Russia. We basically cleaned up the eastern border. And currently we are preparing for a war against the Pope and then Austria. That's the plan at least. And we'll just see how that goes. For now though, we do have basically just a tiny bit of waiting period here before we can declare war on the Pope. And in terms of the Pope's allies, I don't think there's too many good ones. Let's just have a quick look here. Pope and allies. Frankfurt, Bavaria and Alsace. So I wouldn't be too concerned. I'm pretty sure Hungary and Croatia can siege Dalmatia and Istria. So again, yeah, not really something I would be too concerned about. But it's time to declare war on good old Popey here. I thought so, but Truce apparently still has a tiny bit of time left. September. So we have a couple of months to prepare. And potentially deal with the Swedish separatists in Stockholm and Östergötland. But I'm pretty sure they will deal with themselves. Hopefully. But we'll just have to wait and see. Worst case scenario, I'll have to do something to help. But as said, I'm not too concerned on the matter. Anything here that I want in the near future? I'm pretty sure that I would like inspirational leaders, but I have no idea if my military power can actually, well, survive me getting that. So for the time being, we'll just leave it be, I think. It's for the safety. Well, it's the safest choice. And I'd like to promote the safest choice in this one. August, September. At the end of this month, we'll be able to declare war on the Popey. And we'll do just that. And as I said, I'm hoping that war will end quickly. But the funny thing is, the Ottomans are currently at war with Wallachia and Albania, Lithuania, Circassia, Bohemia, and Brandenburg. So potentially I could use that to my advantage. The Austrians still don't really have any powerful allies. Pretty sure that this army alone can deal with the Flanders, or can deal with Flanders. So I'm not, again, too concerned about the future Austrian war. They don't have that many troops. That's basically their entire army here in this one stack. So it should be fine. And I can actually offer an alliance here to Milan. And of course we're going to do that, because having Milan in the war against Austria, they basically have the exact same amount of troops as Austria. So who would not like that? But with that said, we are going to go war here on good old enemy here. I'm not going to call in any of my allies because there's no need. And apparently there's a fortress in Siena. So let's just put our general in charge of that one. We're going to move through the fortress. And we're just going to siege everything else rather quickly here. Alsace, Bavaria and Frankfurt, who are, as you can see, besides Bavaria, they're all just, well, lightweights. So I'm pretty confident that this will be more or less painless. As you can see, the entirety of the Papal army has already been destroyed. So using 100,000 troops here to beat the Pope is perhaps the definition of overkill. Potentially. I would like the I have too many bloody vassals. There we go. You have your orders, men. Men. Damn it. It seems like I might actually fetch my fleet here to move my troops into position in Bavaria to deal with that. So where's my transport fleet? Is it still in the New World? I think it sadly is. Yes, of course it is. So you are coming home because we need you right now. So, yeah. Could be interesting. But yeah, it should be perfectly fine. Also, in terms of fortresses, I should probably have use some of them. But I think this should be fine too, to be perfectly, well, fair. So, once the fleet is back, we'll deal with, the Bavarian forces. But until then, we'll just sit back, relax, and see how things go. With the Siege of Naples here, we basically have taken all of the Pope's lands, and, well, the only real threat right now is, as you can see, the alliance that he had. But basically, if I were to take, well, all of this here, as you can see, it would actually cost me quite a bit, but I could potentially take everything here, which is good. So, let's just hand this over to Genoa, because that's basically who will be getting the land. If we go on the aggressive here and take a lot of it, and I think we're just going to do that, just finish off the southern part. And once I hand this over to Genoa, I think I'm just going to go for the annexation of Genoa, because again, they've basically done their duty. I can potentially create another ally or vassal, Venice even, just recreate Venice out of Verona, or probably Verona, yes. No, they actually exist. Venice, where do you live? Oh, you're on Cyprus. The Knights. The funny thing is, I could actually just go for imperialism on Venice, vassalize them, and then feed them back to their cores, which are currently, well, the core lands here, which is very good, because that's basically what I need to connect my lands to the eastern part. So, yeah, that could definitely work. I could just go for vassalization of Venice and then declare war on Milan. That could work very well. Romagna, of course, is something I'll have to take myself then, but I think I can live with that. I think I should just have to increase autonomy here in Stockholm, sadly, but it should be fine, I think. I hope. I also went ahead and created another 24th Ottoman army just to, well, add to the superiority that I currently am having. But yeah, it seems like I'll probably use Milan here in a war against Austria and potentially Brandenburg too, to get Berlin. And then we'll just use Venice as our scapegoat here to get what we want from Milan, and then we'll probably conquer some of Milan's lands by ourselves. But yeah, this seems to be pretty good, except of course the fact that they, well, went such aggressive on my, well, establishment, if you will. But we'll siege Istria and Dalmatia, and then we'll see what we end up with here. I'm probably going to have both of these provinces over to Croatia. So, it will be interesting to see just what effect this has. And of course we have to deal with this army, and once we do, I'm pretty sure we should be fine. The commissioning of Versailles. We need it for the glory, 1500 ducats for Versailles. 0.25 to prestige, 0.5 to legitimacy. It could actually be very, very useful, to be perfectly honest, and I don't really need stability point. And let's face it, if I need the money, all I really need to do is just go down on the armed maintenance. Granted that I do not currently feel like that's a wise thing to do. I could potentially also get rid of advisor. I actually have an advisor, it's vanished. Yes. You know what, the bonus would be nice, but I'm going to be waging so many wars that a prestige, it will barely be noticeable. And legitimacy, it could of course be very good for legitimacy, but I don't think I'm going to need it, to be perfectly honest. It's just too many ducats out the window right now for me, and as such, I think such a project will not benefit us, is probably the best choice here. Sadly, it could be of course interesting to have, but I just don't feel it's in my best interest. If it was one prestige and one legitimacy, then it would have been another deal entirely, but as it stands there, it's not tempting. So we'll just continue the war here against the Pope and, well, the Pope's allies, and we'll see how this turns out. I might just go ahead and clean this up and then declare war on Austria. We'll have to see here, but as you can see, these guys will not join in since it's, well, being called into multiple wars. So we'll have to see here. Milan is truce with Austria. I might just have to wait here because the truce time is it's just 84 September this year, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. I'll just, as I said, go allow sieging to happen, and we'll see what happens here. The battle is more or less imminent here. We're going to be attacking the army here, and if we want to be clever here, we could potentially check. We will cross a river, so sadly we will be getting a negative modifier, but other than that we should be fine. There we go. The Russian course has now been completed, and as you can see, we won this battle without too many problems. And the funny thing is, I completely forgot that this is a HRE conflict, and as such we can walk through enemy lands. If I get Bavaria out of this, then that should basically spell the end of it, I think. So we're going to be taking the capital because we can, and because it will be the easier choice. So yeah, things are moving along here at a rather rapid rate. Istria has been taken too, so of course hand that over to Croatia. And how are you feeling, Popey, now on making a deal? This is the deal that I want, and again, it's going to piss off most of Europe, but I haven't had a collision yet, and I'm pretty confident that if I end up in a collision, then I can potentially just outlast it. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in the collision aspect. And I'm using just an incredible amount of money right now and actually getting councillors, or whatever you want to call them, to actually do my work for me here. Frankfurt is one of my enemies, I believe. Yes. Bohemia. We can recall that diplomat. This is someone here I'd actually want to be friends with. I think I have the friends that I want right now. Brandenburg is someone I need to destroy. Hansa could potentially just be a nice friend, but I don't really need any friends. I have the friends that I want, that I would require, if you will. Yeah, for now we'll just set up sieges on everything, and then we will just make peace straight up. There's actually an enemy army here, pretty big one. I think we'll challenge that one. Should be fine. I think. Yeah, we should be fine. We should have enough troops here to deal with that. I guess we'll lose those 10 prestige. We'll get them back as soon as we make it peace deal anyway, so again, it's not a big deal. Let's see, no leader versus Leopold here is 155 shock. He would have been godly in the early game, but sadly he's not as godly now in the late game. So that's sad. But we can make the deal if we want here with the Pope, so let's just take a chance and see how this deal goes. And boom. Genoa now, as I said, basically done its duty. It doesn't help me in any way anymore. So I'm pretty sure that we can get rid of Genoa right now. Right here, and just go start the annexation. Even though, of course, I do still have the ideas here that I would like to complete. It should be fine just starting that annexation. And we're also going to upgrade our military while we're at it. Light cavalry, level 23. With that, we get military tanks per 0.5. Very important. Maneuver value increased by 50%, good as well, and cavalry shock +1. Get 3 types of new cavalry and 3 types of infantry. So this is a very, very welcome update to my army, to be perfectly honest, and this should put us in the driver's seat, especially for our war against Austria here. That is to come very, very shortly. They also got military tech 23, so we would have definitely gotten pummeled if it weren't for having the same tank. So we should be basically on equal ground right now, which of course is important for the coming war here. So I'll allow my forces to recover their morale. I'll start the annexation here of Genoa, because it's going to cost me 1770 diplomatic power due to having development 295. That is insane. But I guess we're going to start in, and I'm losing 3 diplomatic power a month. Ouch, that hurts my feelings, to be perfectly honest, and I have no idea if we're actually going to be able to annex Genoa. I might have to actually go ahead and upgrade the this guy here to level 3 guy, which means that my army might suffer a tiny bit as I do it, but it should be fine. With that said, however, we'll allow our forces to recover, and we'll declare war then on... I'm just curious here, when will it be done? 1706, so 20 years. 20 years until he's done annexing the Basel. That's impressive. That's impressive. But it will give me most of Italy, so I guess I can't complain. And I'm saving some admin points too. How are we doing in terms of 670 power? Should be fine. We'll be handing provinces over, which will actually cost me diplomatic power again. So I think I might want a diplomatic king. Do we have one of those? Yes, we actually do have a diplomatic heir here. Which is hilarious because I actually need him right now. I might actually have to focus on diplomatic power in the future, since coring costs are going to be rather cheap very, very soon. But yeah, we're going to declare war here. We're going to go for reconquest. Take Slavonian, I guess. Let's see, Aurora, Palatinate, Lunenburg, and Nassau, Flanders. Yeah, but all of my allies will join in as well, so good luck, I guess. Should be an interesting one. Let's put our guy in charge here. Let's move our troops up, and we'll see here how our 2 alliances stack up to each other. So we have 329,000 infantry. If we want to make it simple, we have 600,000 troops. They barely, oh sorry, they have a little bit more than 150. They're outnumbered 4-1 in technicality, and it's going to become a lot worse right now, as you can see here. Let me put it this way. Apparently, right now we can afford. Okay. Outrage. Yes, it's such an outrage. Are you guys moving? No, you're not. We won that battle, as you can see, inflicted more losses than we took. And there's actually another army here that is currently heading to Usmark. And we'll be able to catch the Pressburg army before then. And potentially I should be able to move my troops in to help out, cause a little bit extra damage. Albeit not too much, which is disappointing, for sure. But it should be fine. Considering that we have Poland and Bohemia into this as well, as long as I just routed these armies, it should potentially put me so far in the driver's seat that I would be, well, hard-pressed to lose this war. Let's just be perfectly honest. The main concern that I currently have is that Poland will take basically the land that I want to hand over to Hungary and Croatia, which is of course something that we cannot allow. And as such, we're going to split up our forces here, and we're going to, well, go a little bit on the aggressive, try and take the land in question. Well, I lost a bunch of claims on basically Burgundy here, which is fine because we weren't actually doing much with the land anyways. I think we can actually allow ourselves to get a military leader now because, well, we are technically ahead in military tech and will stay so for quite a while, so it's perfectly fine. A 3-4-1-1, can't complain about that, and it actually made these guys want to run away, so we'll be going to Hainaut and see if we can intercept. Oh, they're actually super quick. Yeah, I don't think we can intercept these guys, but I'll keep this army back here in Rettel, basically for protectionist purposes. And that's 112,000 stack marching on 30,000 stacks, so yeah, pretty certain we will win this. And again here, my strategy involves bleeding my allies dry for manpower, anything really that could make them a threat in the future. So we're going to keep that strategy going, and we'll see how things turn out. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.